Welcome to part 3. Now, for us to understand the problems within NASA, we need to get one thing very clear. The principles are not against, the other principles, the other 3 principles apart from Raila Odinga, are not against the agreement which was reached between Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta. They are not. What they are against is the way Raila Odinga has been behaving, and especially his political party ODM has been behaving within the NASA coalition. In other words, what Musalia Mudavadi, Moses Wetangula, and Kalonzo Musyoka are fighting very hard for is they are fighting very, very hard to remain relevant. That is all it is. Okay? Now you remember after the events of January 30th, a lot of people felt that Raila Odinga was betrayed. And indeed he was. Okay? Because when push came to shove, when it was important for people to stand up to be counted, the cowardly principles were nowhere to be seen. Now, the way the 3 other principles see it is they've invested a lot of time, a lot of effort, and indeed a lot of financial resources into making NASA what it is today. Yeah, and if the country has made progress, but that now we have a deal with Uhuru Kenyatta, then they need to see a return on the investment. Yeah, both time, finances, and everything. That's really what it is. And what ODM are saying, is that you people betrayed us. Indeed, without you, we would be where we are. Because the point, the most important point of this fight, you are nowhere to be seen. Yes, we planned for the battle. Yes, we armed our troops. But then when it came to the fight at the last frontier of this battle, you are nowhere to be seen. And therefore, how do you expect to reap fruits where you did not plant? Because you planted earlier, yes, but at the last minute, you did not plant. Therefore, how do you want to see fruits? And not only that, the other reason ODM people are mad is because they have given every leeway to these smaller parties. Okay? ODM has a lot of political clout right across the country, and yet they have given them leeway. I.e. positions in parliament, nominees to the East African Legislative Assembly, etc., etc. And therefore ODM people are saying, if there are any fruits or if there are any returns for investment, you have already withdrawn those funds. And therefore this is a new thing, and therefore you should not expect anything. You should not stand here and demand anything. And so let's not get confused. Let's not start saying, Kina Mudavadi are against this agreement, or Kalonzo Musyoka is against the deal Raila made with Uhuru. No, they are not. They have their issue, and you see they have to address their issue politically. Therefore, in addressing the issue politically, the things they'll bring up is, why was this thing secret? Why didn't you involve us? We're your partners. How can you make a deal on behalf of NASA without including us? That is how they address it politically. But the crux of the matter, kiini cha hii shida, the root cause of all these manenos within NASA is what I've just told you. Now, what Raila Odinga has going for him is that he has got extremely strong support, from the tribes and communities of those 3 other principles. You will see there are so many statements which have come out. The most recent from Senator Malala and company, who is supposed to be in Mudavadi's party. They have come out and said they're solidly behind Raila Odinga and the new deal he has made with Uhuru. And so in my view, Mudavadi, Wetangula, and Kalonzo Musyoka are fighting a battle they cannot win. They are fighting a losing battle. And this is nothing personal. It's just politics. The politics are stand out. It is clear we'll never go back to the old powerful NASA, which had NRM under its wing solidly. It had Raila Odinga there solidly inside, ODM inside. All the coalition partners were talking with one voice and pulling in one direction. We will never go to that powerful formation. We'll never go back to that powerful formation again. So it is safe to say, goodbye NASA. Or rather, goodbye old NASA. Okay? Because what I think is going to happen next is that NASA may stay in existence, But these three other principals will have a much weakened position, and they'll be hanging on to the coattails of Raila Odinga to stay relevant. That is the only play left. And the good thing here is that Raila Odinga will no longer have his hands tied, where he thinks that they should be going in a certain direction, and then Kalonzo Musyoka says no. Mudavadi says no. Wetangula says no, we should not do that. Yeah? And as they continue arguing back and forth, as they continue debating and deciding what to do next, the advantage and the element of surprise vanishes. Indeed, in many cases, the opportunity vanishes as they are still discussing. And that is why Raila Odinga had no other option but to keep them in the dark. Because, for instance, introducing them in the picture would definitely have resulted in a leak. Because it seems a lot of things discussed in the NASA High Command always tend to leak out to Jubilee, especially, and to the rest of Kenya. And so the truth, the very, very ugly truth, is that Raila Odinga will not be able to operate within NASA effectively. But within ODM, he can operate very effectively and get things done for the long-suffering people of Kenya. Without sideshows hindering him, without sideshows tying his hand, slowing him down, delaying him. Now already one of the very big bones of contention, in case you have not noticed, is who is going to be in the caretaker government. Now NASA have a legal agreement that Raila Odinga will never stand again for the presidency. Okay? So what happens if we go into a referendum and a caretaker government is legally put into place through parliament, which requires two principals from either side of the political divide, or as some people are saying, two co-presidents, who will represent the NASA side? That is really the issue. Because some of these Nazarites are arguing, because of the agreement they made, August 8th, 2017 was the last time for NASA to be the leader, for Raila to be the leader of NASA, to be the presidential flag bearer. And therefore, going strictly as per that agreement, he should not be the one who will be close to Uhuru, or will rule alongside Uhuru in the forthcoming caretaker government. Now, for starters, it is not realistic to leave out Raila Odinga from a caretaker government. It is just not realistic. And in any case, these three gentlemen have shown us very clearly that they don't have the balls. So how do we expect, for example, Moses Wetangula, to battle it up there with Uhuru Kenyatta and ensure that our side, or rather the side of the vast majority of Kenyans, does not get a raw deal? They are not capable. Musalia Mudavadi is not capable. The only person who is capable, the only person strong enough, is Raila Odinga. And that should be very obvious. By the way, one of the key contents of this MOU is that the country is supposed to prepare itself for the next general election, by implementing and putting in place very important and key things that will ensure we do not get another repeat of August 8th, 2017. That elections in Kenya will never again be stolen. That we will never have this thing of tension every 5 years, when there's an election for a president in Kenya. The only way all this can be implemented is via a kind of caretaker government, with both parts of the political divide represented fully, so that together they can map the way forward and level the ground properly, so that by the time the next presidential elections comes in, we have a very level playing ground, and we are sure the person who will get the most votes will end up being president. That we are also very sure that nobody will sit in front of a computer and do pop, 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 and produce a president for you. That will never ever happen again. And so the developments within NASA will be very interesting to observe in the coming days. But now you have a heads up. You know what is really going on. So it will be much easier for you to analyze whatever is happening on the ground. Until next time, this is Kshs Kumekucha.